Hello everyone, myself Pankaj. Welcome to Being Fish Co. In today's video, we will talk about MCQs related to riverine fisheries. So it's going to be a very effective video for your ICR exams as well as fisheries related other competitive exams. So let's begin. First question: what is the total length of rivers in India? So the correct answer will be 45,000 km. How many major river basins exist in India? So it is 113. Which river system includes the rivers Yamuna, Son and Gandak? So the correct answer will be Ganga. What is the approximate catchment area of Indian rivers? So the correct answer will be 3.12 million square kilometer. Which Indian river is known for its extensive delta called the Sundarbans? So the correct answer will be Ganga. Which river is considered the largest peninsular rivers in India? So the correct answer is Godavari. Which river flows through the Kashmir Valley and forms Wular Lake? So the correct answer will be Jhelum. Which river originates from the Mcq range and is west flowing? So the correct answer will be Narmada. Which major east flowing river originates from the Brahmagiri hills? So the correct answer will be Kaveri river. What is the total length of Brahmaputra river? So it is 2900 km. Which river has major anicut at Dhavaleshwaram? So the correct answer will be Godavari. Which Indian river has the highest fish production potential in its lower zone? So it will be Kaveri. Which group dominates phytoplankton in the upper Ganga? So the correct answer will be Basilaria. What is the average dissolved oxygen range in Ganga river water? So it is 6.9 to 8.3 mg per liter. What percentage of Indian water resource is carried by rivers from the Western Ghats? So the correct answer is 11%. Which species is known as anadromous fish in the Ganga river? So it is Hilsa tenulosa elisha. What is the major fishing technique used in the upper stretches of the Ganga? So it is hook and line. Which river system in India has the largest estuarine area called Sundarbans? So the correct answer will be Ganga. What is the main challenge in estimating fish catch from rivers? So the answer will be unorganized market and artisanal fisheries. Which river system in India flows entirely westward? So it is Narmada. Which fish family has the highest number of species in Indian riverine system? So the answer is Cyprinidae. Which stretch of Ganga has the lowest water transparency? So the answer will be middle. Fisheries is headquartered in which Indian city? So it is Barakpur in West Bengal. Which tributary is known to carry industrial pollutant to Sutlej river? So it is White Bane. The common carp and tilapia which have increased in Ganga fish catch are? So it is exotic. Which river has the highest conductance and hardness in its lower zone? So the answer is Kaveri. What is the main fishery zone of the Ganga river? So it is Potaman zone. What is the most destructive fishing gear used in Bihar? So it is mosquito net drag nets. The Indus river enters India at? So it enters at Ladakh region. Which fish species dominate the cold water stretch of the Brahmaputra? So the answer will be Tor and Schizothorax species. Where does the Krishna river originate? So it originates at Mahabaleshwar. Where is the Hirakud dam located? So it's located at Mahanadi river. Which river has major distributary called Gautami and Vasishtha? So the answer is Godavari. What is the estimated fish production potential of lower Krishna zone? So that is 138 kg per hectare per year. What is the total length of Ganga river system? So it is 8047 km. Fisheries reported which exotic fish affecting native species in Ganga? So it is Oreochromis niloticus. The major fish landing center in river bays are? So it is Talwara and Harike. What is the common problem in most Indian rivers? So it is flow fragmentation and pollution. Which river drains the Chota Nagpur plateau? So the answer will be Mahanadi. What percent of Ganga catch comprised Indian major carp in the 1960s? So it is 45%. Who estimated energy transformation and fish production in Indian rivers? Or which institute estimated energy transformation and fish production in Indian river? So the answer will be SIFRI. Which zone of Ganga has the highest net energy transformation rate? So it is middle zone. Which stretch of river Brahmaputra shows richest benthic fauna? So it is upper zone. What was the average fish catch from Satluj between 2000 to 2002? So it is 366.9 tons per year. What is the main cause for the decline in natural spawn availability? So the answer will be destruction of breeding sites. What gear type dominates Ganga fishery today? So it is gill nets. What is the main fish group in lower stretch of Krishna river? So the answer will be carps. Where does the Satluj enter India? So the answer is Shipki Pass. Which river is richest in cold water fish species like Glyptothorax and Mcq+Assertion? So the answer is Ganga river. Which species was first recorded in Godavari during SIFRI survey? So the answer is Osteobrama vigorosi or vigorsi. What is the total fish species count recorded in the Ganga river? So it is 265. Which river has the lowest number of species in a single cold upland segment? So it is Alaknanda river. Which species is primarily cold water fish in Alaknanda? So the answer is Gara gotaila. Which exotic fish has significantly increased in Ganga catches? So the answer will be Oreochromis niloticus. What was the fish production in the Ganga during 2000? So it is 389 kg per kilometer. Which family of fishes show dominance in riverine system? So the answer is Cyprinidae. Which river system contains the most global priority river basins for biodiversity? So the answer is 10 basins of India. Okay, there is some doubt in this question. You may skip this question, okay. What is the average water discharge of Brahmaputra in India? So it is 10,450 meter cube per second. Which river enters India in Arunachal Pradesh? So it is Brahmaputra river, Sangpo. Where does river Brahmaputra become river Jamuna? So it is in Bangladesh. Which of these tributaries join Brahmaputra at Sadia? So it is Dihang, Dibang and Lohit. What is the total Indian catchment area of Brahmaputra river? So it is 1,95,000 km square. Which is the only tributary of Indus confined to India? So it is Beas. Which dam diverts Beas into Satluj? So it is Pando. Which river joins Satluj at Harike? So it is Beas. What is the total length of river Krishna? So it is 1280 km. Which major dam is constructed on river Narmada? So it is Sardar Sarovar Dam. What is the primary habitat of Torpoditora? That is cold water rivers. What is the fishery potential of, that is kilogram per hectare per year, of the lower Kaveri zone? So it is 144.2. Which zone of Mahanadi shows the highest clarity in water? So it is lower zone. Which species is dominant in Krishna's phytoplankton? So it is Mixophyceae, that is Microcystis. What is the average conductance in middle Ganga zone? So the correct answer is 456. Which is the dominant benthic group in lower Krishna zone? So the answer will be mollusk. In which river was Thai magur observed as an invasive species? So it is Ganga river. Which river has 253 species recorded from 73 family? So the answer will be Mahanadi. In which stretch of Ganga does the Assurine phase begin? So it is Farakka. What kind of river system is the Ganga, Brahmaputra, Meghna considered? They are east flowing composite. Fishery in upper Narmada is rich in, so it is rich in insects and annelids. Which tributary joins Ganga in Bihar and contributes to early spawn? So it is Kosi. What has contributed to reduction in natural seed collection from rivers? So the answer will be artificial hatchery development. Major gear used for commercial spawn collection in Ganga. So the answer will be scoop nets. Mesh size in destructive mosquito net drag net is typically less than 1 centimeter. Major river with fishery center like Talwara and Mukerian is in Bias. Which zone of Kaveri has maximum dissolved solid? So it is lower zone. Which exotic species dominates Kaveri fishery? So the answer will be Oreochromis mozambicus. Which zone of Krishna river has highest energy transformation? That is lower zone. What caused rich plankton population in Ganga middle zone? So that is alkalinity and nutrient influx. Which fish dominates catches in upper Bias river? So the answer will be snow trout. Which river has feeder canal connecting it with Hooghly? So the answer will be Ganga. What is the main difference in Ravi river from Shahpur to Madhopur versus Katlaur to Dharamkot? So the answer will be conductance and hardness. Which river's lower reach support Hilsa fishery near Surat? So that is Tapti. Which stretch of river Ganga has maximum macrobanthic fauna? So that will be middle. In river Narmada, gastropod dominate which stretch? So that is lower stretch. The only river where no major carp decline was observed till 1990 is Narmada. Which fish is used as an indicator of lentic water preference? So the answer will be common carp. Which river's fishery declined from 330 tons to 218 tons? So the answer will be Godavari. Which zone of river Godavari had the highest conductance? So it is middle. Which periphytic group dominates in Krishna and Ganga? So the answer will be Basilaria Main carp species declining in Godavari according to Fisheries is Labiophimbreatus. What is the energy conversion efficiency to fish biomass in Ganga? So that is 0.032 to 0.082%. So that was all about MCQ. Now we will deal with some assertion and reason type questions. So this is the instruction. Option A will represent both A and R are true and reason is correct explanation of assertion. B will represent both A and R are true but it is not the correct explanation. C will represent A is true, R is false, and D will represent A is false and R is true. So let's begin. Ganga river system has the highest fish species diversity among Indian rivers. The river flows through multiple ecozones including hills, plains and estuarine areas. So the answer is A, that is both are true and it is the correct explanation. So next is River Brahmaputra supports a high diversity of fish species in its upper stretch. The upper stretch has torrential flow with cold, oxygen-rich water suitable for cold water fishes. So again, both are correct and it is the correct explanation. Common carp is the most abundant fish species in the upper Ravi stretch. The upper Ravi has cold water condition favoring exotic fish breeding. So here the option is C. That is, the assertion is true but the reason is false. Satluj river experienced significant decline in water quality near Harike. Wide Bend channel discharges pollutants into Satluj near this stretch. So again both are correct and it is a correct explanation. Hilsa is commonly found in the upper reaches of the Brahmaputra river. Hilsa prefers high altitude cold water habitats. So the correct answer is, that is, assertion is wrong and reason is correct. Narmada river shows a higher percentage of carps in the upper stretch. Upper Narmada has lentic characteristic due to the reservoir backwaters. So both are correct statement but it is not the correct explanation. The use of mosquito net drag net is encouraged in Bihar for efficient fishing. These nets help preserve biodiversity in the river. So the correct answer is D. The Ganga river is divided into upper, middle and lower zones based on the water chemistry and biotic communities. Variation in conductance, dissolved solid and biotic composition justify each zonation. So correct answer will be A. Cold water fish like Torpeditora and Schizothorax dominate the lower stretches of rivers. That is assertion. Reason is lower stretches are rich in nutrients and have high salinity. So that was assertion and this is the reason and the option is D. River Godavari forms a large delta before entering the Bay of Bengal. It splits into Gautami and Vasisht distributary near its mouth. So again it is correct and it is the correct explanation. The Ganga Brahmaputra Meghna system contributes significantly to India's inland fisheries. These rivers have long stretches of perennial water with varied ecological zones. So it is A. Major Indian rivers support rich fish biodiversity due to pollution and urban discharge. High levels of nitrates and phosphate encourage fish spawning. So answer will be D. River Mahanadi has higher fish production potential in its lower zone than middle zone. The lower zone has better ecological condition like high water clarity and productivity. So it is A. In Krishna River, benthic mollusks dominate the lower stretch. The mollusks prefer slow flowing, high sediment, nutrient rich waters. So answer will be A. Plankton population is lowest in the upper Ganga zone. The upper Ganga has low nutrient level and faster water flow. So it will be A. Fishery in Satluj River is declining due to overfishing of tor and valagu species. These species have fast growth and high reproductive success in polluted waters. So sorry for the background noise as well as inconvenience caused, as some construction work is going on in hostel, so that's why this background noise is coming. So we'll start again. That is, the fishery in Satluj River is declining due to overfishing of tor and valagu species. Then reason is these species have fast growth and high reproductive success in polluted water. So the answer will be C. Sundarbans form part of the Ganga River estuarine system. Sundarban is marshy wetland influenced by the Hooghly distributary. So the answer will be A. Next question. River Tapti flows eastward and joins Bay of Bengal. Then reason will be it originates in the Satpura hills and flow towards east coast. So the answer will be D. Exotic fishes have altered the composition of native fish population in Indian rivers. Exotic fishes like Cyprinus carpio and have better adaptability and outcompete native species. So the answer is A. Fish seed collection from natural river is increasing every year. Demand for indigenous fish seed has risen in riverine hatcheries. So the answer will be D. Narmada River has multiple large reservoirs constructed on its course. These help in irrigation, power generation and reduce flood risk. So the answer will be A. Transparency in Ganga is highest in the middle zone. High suspended solids are present in this zone due to agriculture runoff. So the answer will be C. River Beas is the only tributary of Indus entirely confined to India. Beas originates and ends its course within Indian territory. So the answer will be A. Spawn availability in River Ganga has increased in recent years. Natural spawning sites have been restored and pollution is minimized. So the answer will be D. The Fisheries is responsible for assessing inland fishery protection in India. It conducts ecological, production and species monitoring studies across rivers. So the answer will be A. So that's all for this video. In this we discussed MCQs related to riverine fisheries as well as some assertion and reason type questions. And I hope that questions may come into an exam from this section. So stay tuned for more such videos. More such videos will be uploaded soon, which will belong to different courses. So stay tuned, keep watching and keep sharing with your friends whosoever is preparing for the exams, whether it is ICR exam or fisheries related other competitive exam. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.